Hi, welcome to Game Design 1. I'm Lab Specialist Richard Altrecci. The man behind the camera is Kyle Rasmussen. And today we're going to be talking about Coup, the game of betrayal, treachery, and probably not trusting your friends anymore. But what makes this game so great that we want to talk about in game design? Well, it always comes down to meaningful choices. Again, what is meaningful choice? Meaningful choice is making an informed decision based on the information presented to you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, let's talk about setting up the game. This game can be played with anywhere up to 2 to 6 players. In this case, it's set up for 4. Now, each player is given 2 character cards face down along with 2 coins. Unless you're playing with 2 players, then it's 1 coin each. Now, I have the cards faced up in this example just so we can kind of see what's going on. There are character cards in this game. 5 characters, 3 cards each for a total of 15 characters. Now let's talk about what those characters do. We have the Duke, which action is tax, which allows the player to take 3 coins from the coin pile. His counter action is also to block foreign aid. We have the Assassin, where a player can pay 3 coins to eliminate another player's card unless blocked by the Contessa. The Ambassador allows a player to exchange cards from the court deck, meaning that they can pull a card from the deck and replace the ambassador with that card. The Captain will allow players to steal 2 coins from any player they choose, and also as a counteraction block stealing. And the Contessa, the only thing that she can do is block an assassination. Alright, let's play the game. Now, the normal way of the turn order is the player who's won the last game goes first, but since we didn't play the last game, we'll just go with the cards that are in front of me. Now, I forgot to mention, but the remainder cards that weren't dealt act as the draw pile. So let's go ahead and see how a couple turns of this game turns out. So we'll start with 1. And this player 1 is going to choose just to take 1 coin. That is going to be his action. Player 2 goes, and they decide they want to use the ambassador's ability to go ahead and exchange a card. So they're going to grab 2 cards randomly from the deck, which I'll just pull from the top here. And no one else is seeing this, by the way. And they get another ambassador and a Duke. That player is going to choose the Duke and then go ahead and put these 2 cards back on the draw pile. Player 3 goes and decides to use the Duke's ability of tax, so they get to take 3 coins on this turn. And player 4 is just going to take 1 coin. Now we start again, second turn. First player is just going to grab another coin. Second player is going to use the Duke's ability and grab 3 coins. The third player is going to once again use the tax ability to grab 3 coins. And the fourth player decided they want to use foreign aid. So foreign aid allows a player to take 2 coins from the deck. However, because player 3 is a Duke, he can block foreign aid. So player 4 has a chance to challenge the player 3 to see if they really actually have a Duke. But they decide to back down and they lose out on gaining a coin. Now, player 1 goes again and decides they want to steal 2 coins from player 3, only because player 3 is reaching 10 coins, and 10 coins allow the player to have an elimination of any player of their choosing that they'll have to get rid of one of their cards. So they're going to steal 2 coins from player 3, but player 3 decides they're going to challenge player 1 if they actually have a captain. And in this case, because player 1 actually does have a captain, the player 3 actually loses a card of their choosing. So they're going to get rid of Contessa because they'd probably rather keep the Duke. And because player 1 had to reveal their card to truly show that they had a captain, they now have to choose a card secretly and keep that in their hand. Now player 3 goes, and player 3 decides they're going to tax and build up their coins. And now player 3 goes, and he's also going to tax. And now player 4 decides they want to assassinate player 3. So they're going to pay their 3 coins. And player 3 can't do anything about this. So naturally, they're just going to challenge to see if player 4 actually has an assassin, which they do. And now player 3 is removed from the game. And player 4 is dealt another character card. and all these coins get returned back to the pile. And this will go down a couple more rounds, and it comes down to the last man standing. So each one has an idea of how many cards should be played, available in the deck, or possibly in their opponent's hands. All right, let's cover the meaningful choices a player can make in this game. On each turn, a player can only take one action. That can be grabbing 1 coin as income, 2 coins as foreign aid, or 3 if they're the Duke. They can choose to assassinate another character. They can choose a coup, which requires having 10 coins and paying 7. There's no blocking this action, but it immediately eliminates 1 of the player character card. They can exchange and steal. Exchanging meaning having the ambassador and exchanging any card from the deck. And of course, as a captain, you can steal 2 coins from any player. So the whole goal and strategy here really is trying to prevent your opponents from gaining 10 coins, because once they gain those 10 coins, they can eliminate 1 of your cards. Also, at the same time, knowing when to bait your opponent to make them think that you have a card or don't have a card when you really do, or actually bluff to try to get the advantage of having the most coins. So there's definitely different strategies here. The known information is what card you have in your hand. You know that there's only 3 cards of each character, and which might be in the wild, meaning the deck, or in your opponent's hands, and having to outplay them. So that's how you play the game. So one more time, let's just go over the meaningful choices that were applied in this situation. One of them was how many coins you can take from the pile. The other one could be what type of action did you want to take? Were you calling someone's bluff? Did you want to challenge an action? Or did you want to counteract someone else's actions? Utilizing these type of actions, you can either psych out your opponent or bait them or get them to challenge you and take them out of the game. That's it. That's what we have for Coup. Thanks.